All right, I guess we're live here. Still getting the hang of this stuff. So, as you saw, United 0, Spurs um 1 or whatever. And yeah, crap. Crap, crap, crap. All right. Um I don't know where to begin with it, honestly. I mean, I'm just looking at the stats now and things like that, just trying to get my shit together here for this stream cuz like what the hell, man? Like what the actual hell? Subs way too late. Like Mason Mount should have been hooked at halftime. Garnacho should have come on. We should have given him 45 minutes to see what he could do. When he came on, things changed. So that's on Amarin. Um, I mean, obviously Xerxes, you couldn't give him that much time because he was coming back from injury. You don't want to hook Hoyland at halftime, put on Xerxes, and then 10 minutes to the second half, he gets hurt, right? You don't want that either. So I get the delayed Xerxes sub, but Mount should have come off at halftime and Garnacho should have come on. Um, our tactics too, right? Like once Amarin saw that Spurs were reading like our every passes that usually come off, you got to change something, right? Like there were times where even Bruno's passes, Bruno, who's usually pretty good, right? Usually pretty smart with it. They were picking off his passes. They were intercepting his passes because they knew where he was going to pass it. And it's like, okay, they've read your playbook, right? So change something up. But we just kept persisting and kept persisting. And then in the last like 10 minutes, that was probably all just players at that point. I don't think Ammerman had anything to do with that. But we just look bereft of ideas when our main idea doesn't work. And I feel like I had that same complaint about Ten Hag, but Ten Hag actually changed it, right? And even Ole back in his day, he would change it. He would change things around, right? I mean, so I feel like Amram's stubborn in the system, and I don't like it. I'm not saying we should sack him right now, but I'm seeing some holes in his armor right now, right? Like a little bit stubborn in his play style. Um, Fairly easy to figure out. I feel like there's some other games too where you could kind of see the other team reading our passes and picking them off. Um, but yeah, just not good from that perspective. Um, and then I mean, I put out the tweet, or whatever, a little tongue in cheek, saying that we should be proud that we made it to a cup final, playing 10v11 because I mean Hoyland bad, 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 like amateur bad. I don't think this guy. I can't even see him in the championship, to be honest. I know before I was saying he needs a loan to the championship, but I can't. I can't see him there. I mean, it's like he's got all the attributes to be good, and like he's what 6'3" or something like that, 6'2", 6'3". He's a big guy. He's not skinny either. He's like a hefty 6'3". He's a solid dude. He's pretty fast, right? He's pretty strong. He's a decent finisher, but like just doesn't do any of it. He jockeys for the ball like 10 feet away from where the ball actually is or where the ball is going to land. I don't understand that still. You've heard me say that plenty of times on this channel. Um, his hold up play is just weird. Like just bring the ball down off your chest or whatever you got to do with your thigh, seal off your defender, and just lay it off. That's it. Just use your size. Just use your size and your touch. But he just doesn't do that. Um, and yeah, like he calls for the ball. He's not open. I mean, I get sometimes players do that, but like I watched him call for the ball and then like just be absolutely livid because he didn't get it. And I'm looking at like the play and I'm thinking to myself, you weren't even remotely open, like not even by any stretch of the imagination. I couldn't pull any mental gymnastics to say, oh yeah, Hoyland was open on that one, or you could have kind of done a little chip or something. Like you just weren't open, man. Like so that to me just says that there's like a fundamental misunderstanding of the game. Um, and look, I know I'm sitting here, I'm not a professional. I played at a decent level. I'm not professional. Um, So obviously he's made it further than, me or probably you have. But I mean, talk about one that slipped through the cracks, man. Like, and then I look back at his highlights from Atalanta, and I see like that is probably his ceiling. That was probably his ceiling at that point. Um, because you watch it and you're like, yeah, like none of that. Like you look back hindsight, and you're like, yeah, none of that really works in the Premier League. Like how you were getting those goals at Atalanta. Um, yeah, yeah. I I, I don't know. I really don't know what to say, what to go on and on about. I mean, that game, that loss, honestly set us back like 5 years. I think. I know Cunha's in the bag. We got him. But other players who we were talking to, we're probably gonna get ghosted now. It's like when you're on a dating app and you're talking up to whoever you're talking up, and suddenly you say something or do something weird, and like you get ghosted. I mean, we just did something really weird here. We're gonna get ghosted now by a lot of our prospective signings, players that we're negotiating with, because they're like, you guys don't have any European football next year. You don't have Champions League. You don't have Europa League. You don't even have Conference League. You got nothing. Only thing you're playing for is Premier League, FA Cup, and the Carabao Cup or League Cup or where Carling, where people call it now. I'm from the old school Carling Cup days, but you know what I mean. I mean, it's gonna be weird watching United next season without any sort of European football. Um, I mean, and that's only gonna hurt us, right? We're already in a financial rut, and I was putting it really nicely. Like we're in financial hell right now, and we're not gonna get the TV money from being in Europe. Um, so I mean, we're gonna have to fight like hell to try and win the FA Cup and the League Cup or whatever. Because I mean, that's a little bit of a financial bump there. Although it doesn't, the finals aren't until what, like February and I think May or something like that. So like it would be preparing for summer 2026, right? Yeah, because I mean, not shit's happening this summer unless we do what we did, which was a mistake before, and that's throwing stupid money at players who don't really deserve it, right? That's the only way we're gonna get good players in. Like I said, Cunha's already here. He's probably like cursing right now, like shit. I was banking on them winning this match, getting Champions League. Now they don't have it, so he's probably rethinking that. Assuming that deal is officially done, it may not be done. He might still have a way of pulling out. Who knows? God knows we don't want to hear that headline tomorrow, where it's like, oh yeah, Cunha makes a U-turn thanks to United losing the Europa League final. So I don't know, but yeah, that set us back 5 years. And it's crazy because I got so many thoughts running through my head, to be honest. That's why I sound so incoherent right now. Like I'm looking at the lineups, I'm looking at Onana. Onana actually, I mean, he wasn't terrible, right? Like I was, thinking that was gonna be Onana howler. He wasn't terrible. So you can't really put it at his feet. Maguire was good, Euro was good. Shaw was okay. Dorgu was decent. Bruno was weirdly off at times. Like sometimes really good, other times really off. It was up and down. I think Casemiro was good. Mesraoui ran his socks off, was good. Ahmad was good for like the first half and some change. After that, I think he just got tired and fell off. Mount was awful. He was hustling hard, and I was thinking, okay, he's hustling hard. He's gonna make something happen. Because sometimes you just got that one player who's like they're not particularly skilled at anything, but they just hustle their ass off, and they end up bumbling the ball into the back of the net or something crazy happening. So I was at least expecting that from Mount, but got none of that. I mean, every time you looked at him, he was just, I don't know, just barely in control of the ball, getting it stuck under his feet, like falling over it, crawling over it. I mean, just weird, like weird shit. So like Mount was awful. Like I said, should have been hooked at half for Garnacho. And then Hoyland was doing Hoyland things. He had like one good piece of hold up play, which I commented on during my live stream. But then after that, he just went back to being regular old Rasmus, you know, or Asmus, as I like I want to call him now. But I mean, I hate to get that negative on players and start calling names, but man, like just straight cheeks tonight, as always. So yeah, like I don't know. I don't know. I am scared to see what happens this summer. Um, because man, like we didn't look good, you know, we didn't look good. And Amram, his calls, his his decisions didn't look good either. I don't want I don't want him to get sacked because I don't want to start this all over again. I don't want to, you know, I don't know. I just because if Amram gets sacked, then it's new manager bounce, and then same shit because we got the same players, and they're all just slightly older, right? Especially the ones like Bruno and Maguire and is Casemiro here next year? I think he's here next year. Shaw, those guys, they're a year older. You know, wrong side of 30, so to say, right? Um, so I don't know. I didn't see anything to like take away from this to be like, yeah, going into next game and next season, like we're gonna improve on that. Like I didn't see anything like that at all tonight. It was just bad. It was bad all the way around. Some players were okay, some were pretty good, but like it's just not enough to win a final, let alone a match, right? Like the way we played tonight, I wouldn't even see us beating Leicester and they got relegated, right? I'd see Leicester walking away from how we played tonight with at least a draw. Which I guess is accurate because I mean, we are what are we in the league right now? Yeah, 16th. I mean, could end up 17th if Spurs win their last game and we lose or draw. No, if we lose. Yeah, even if we draw and Spurs win, yeah, we'd be 17th, just above Leicester. So that makes my point even more valid, right? Um, yeah. So I don't know. I want to go on and on. I want to go and see what other people have to say about it, um, on their channels and whatnot. So anyway, if you're watching this live, or if you watch it later, please do like and subscribe and follow me on X. I would appreciate it. Help me grow a little bit. Help me engage with you guys a little more. Have some conversations. Hear your viewpoints and whatnot, and just go from there. I mean, what do you guys think we're gonna do this summer? You think Amram stays, goes? Who do you think gets the axe from the squad? I mean, just leave it in the comments below. And next video, if I see some comments, I'll talk about them. But till then, guys, get away from this. Go, I don't know, hang out, go to sleep wherever you are. I don't know, go do something else because man, this is shit. You don't want to dwell on it. So anyway, see you next time.